XXFM.
This is Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Welcoming in the studio, it's a first-timer. She is the owner and CEO of Kool Kids Transportation. She's a little nervous, so just shake it off. We cool. I'm good people. Like, you can trust me. No, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Tabitha Martin. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Just breathe. Like, this is not an interrogation. We just gonna talk about Kool Kids Transportation and why you got it started and things about summertime and child safety. So it's all good. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I like the title, Kool Kids Transportation.
Thanks.
Where did that inspiration come from? And you spelled it with a K, too.
I did spell it with a K to be a little different.
Yeah.
You know, because you want to be cool, you have to do something that's cool.
That's cool. That's different, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
that
indeed.
the kids like.
Right. So let's talk about Kool Kids Transportation. You started this business out of, I'm guessing, a need.
Yes, it was a need. And also it stems from just keeping all children safe. Mm-hmm. There's so many children that get abducted, children, they come up missing, whether it was family members, whether it was a stranger. And I just want to kind of hone in on that to give those parents a peace of mind, picking their children up from home, taking them to school and bringing them from school home.
Yes. Let's talk about the safety of kids, before and after school. Normally, it used to be when I was coming up, parents dropped the kids off. Or if you were of a certain age, like maybe once you were in, 5th, 6th grade, you caught the bus. And the bus stop was relatively close to, where the house was. Nowadays, I don't even know how it's set up, to be honest. Things have changed so much since I was in school. Well, and I'm not going to age myself, but even when I look at my nieces and nephews and how that is. So that's safety before school.
That safety before school is very important,
yeah.
Especially when the time changes. Sometime at 6 o'clock in the morning, it's still dark out.
Right.
And now parents are not letting children just in middle school or high school walk. These are elementary kids that has to walk. And now the way that the school system is set up, if you live within 2 miles of the school, they don't provide transportation. And I know 2 miles sounds short, but that could be somewhat of a 30-minute walk, for a small child. Then we have those
I guess I don't feel no empathy or no sympathy for that. Because we had to do it. And we were tough kids.
But the thing about
it,
nowadays, it was much safer.
Yeah, right.
In those days.
To that point, yeah.
We look at the kid, the little Jose kid that he lived right in the neighborhood of his school and he was stabbed to death. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't take to have to walk long miles for something to happen to you.
Right. You can live 3 houses down from the school.
Correct.
Or 3 miles down from the school. It can happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt. And then after school, oh my gosh, you hear so many stories about kids being left behind or the parent not picking them up or, they're supposed to be on this bus to go to this certain, after school program or daycare. And the child is there for hours on end just waiting.
Right. So that's where Kool Kids come in. Oh. When you work those non-traditional work hours and you know that you can't get there to pick your child up, hey, that's what we're here for. We get them to that daycare you need to get them to, or you get them home, wherever safely.
Mm-hmm. There's been, and I want to know how you feel about this. First, you listen to Access Houston, talking to Tabitha Martin, the owner of Kool Kids Transportation. I was seeing and reading how some parents are using Uber and Lyft to get their kids to and from school.
And that's correct. And I think Uber and Lyft are great companies. However, when we were coming up, we were told don't talk to strangers, don't get in a car with strangers. Right. And so now, just letting our children use Uber and Lyft is like, hey, get in a car with that stranger.
Right.
I don't know this person. I can't really track this person. So that's another thing why I wanted to bring in Kool Kids, just for the safety and the peace of mind of parents.
Yeah.
And I know that it's a big need. When I first started Kool Kids back in 2014, I advertised for 2 weeks, and that just was by flyers on mailboxes, and I was completely full.
Yeah,
it was overwhelming.
14. Oh, I know you booming now. All business is booming. Yeah.
So it's a great need, and I'm here to provide the service.
No doubt. School is about to end. I think they got 2 weeks left before.
Yeah, 3 to be exact in my area.
In your area, 3 weeks. So how can children be safe during the summer breaks? How can parents make sure that children are okay during the summer break? Because, maybe some are going to summer school. Maybe there's a camp. Maybe there's swim lessons. I pray to God there's some swim lessons. Our black kids, we need to know how to swim. Okay.
Yes, we do.
So let's talk about safety during the summertime.
Safety during the summertime. Kool Kids is actually this summer launching the Kool Kids Cab Service.
Okay.
And what the Kool Kids Cab Service entails, it's for the summer, and for those parents that may not need Monday through Friday transportation. They may just need the transportation here and there. I just need it for 2 days a week, 3 days a week. Yeah. And I normally would have to turn those parents around, because I have those parents, like I said, that contracts with me for Monday through Friday for the entire year. And I was like, hey, there's a need here. There are parents that do travel and go out of town for maybe a week or two for work. They don't need it all year, but they need it for that time. And I want to be able to provide that service. So therefore, alluding to summer, I will be providing transportation to and from summer camps, summer school, and things of that nature, because keeping children safe, I always tell parents, make sure your children are walking in groups. But during the summer, there's not that many children going to school, so it's few and far between that it'll be a group of kids walking home.
Right.
So again, Kool Kids Transportation, Kool Kids Cab Service, we will be providing that service for the children during the summer.
What's your website or social media so we can follow and know that all we need to know now? Okay,
I do have an Instagram, and that's Ride with Kool Kids, and that's with a K. The cool is with a K.
I love that.
On Instagram, and also my website is www.ridewithkoolkids.com.
Okay, so Ride with Kool Kids with a K on Instagram, and www.ridewithkoolkids.com on the web. You're listening to Access Houston. Tabitha Martin, the owner of Kool Kids Transportation. Parents need to have a strategy, right? When it comes to, you and your child, y'all should have a plan. There should be code words in case something happens and all of that. Why is having a code word so essential, especially for child safety today?
Yes. Code words are personalized words or phrases or even an alphabet to send to your parents to let them know that you're in trouble.
Okay.
So I always say a code, maybe an X or Y for older kids. If they're in trouble, they should be, wherever they are, they should be able to text their parents with that X, and they know that X, I'm in trouble. And as far as when it comes to smaller kids, I look at it from being abducted.
Okay.
From that standpoint.
Yeah.
And I think that we should always give our children code words. So if someone's coming to pick you up, you ask them, what's my code word? And if they can't tell you that word, then you need to run and scream. You need to get to safety, because that person, it's not supposed to be picking you up. Nobody should know that code word but you and the driver and your parents. So that's very, very, very important.
And very, very clever and smart. I mean, we need that. Okay. Give us some other little tips. I like this.
Okay. And I also recommend the parents to download this app called Web Watcher.
Okay.
What Web Watcher does, you can view your children's texts, their phone calls, their photos. It's a GPS. It actually tells you exactly where they are in case you need to call the police. And you can locate those children very easily. I also recommend parents getting surveillance cameras in their home. Because when you get the surveillance cameras in your home, you see the exact time in real time that your children left and what time they arrived. If your children haven't contacted you or text you by the time that they'll get home every day, the first thing you can do is always go to that camera and see if they entered that door. because they could have went in, went to sleep, started homework. There's different scenarios. So that's why I always say, get that surveillance where you can watch your children.
Mm-hmm. I like that. What's the app again called?
That's called Web Watcher.
Web Watcher.
Yes.
Now, what are some of your personal tips and tricks that you use in your own life when it comes to this kind of safety? Like, do you have children yourself?
I do have children.
Yeah,
I do.
So, So
they're a little
what are some
older,
of the things?
so I can take a different approach.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter's in college.
Oh, okay.
And she do have a code word or a way to text her dad and I if she's ever at a party and something's not going right. If someone snatches her phone, she can hit her code very quickly, and we can access her location to get a police there. ASAP.
I know that's right. That's love. See,
yes, I have to be able to get to those
real
children.
Love,
And then I'm always, once you get there, you tell me. My daughter in her apartment in college, she has a camera. I can view that camera. I have access to that camera, so I know if someone comes in and out of that apartment. I need to have it on film. I need to have that photo if anything should go wrong.
That's real love. I like that. Tabitha Martin from Kool Kids Transportation, the website, ridewithkoolkids.com. And then you can follow them on Instagram, Ride with Kool Kids. That's cool with a K because, she cool like that. I love the K. You know what I'm saying? That's that swagger right there. So, man, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming on and letting parents know about this because it's very important. Because I got to tell you, like, me seeing that article about, parents using Uber and Lyft, I was like, I don't know how I would feel about that. Like, in a sense, to me, it's kind of irresponsible. But then I was like, okay, so maybe they can track it. But something like Kool Kids Transportation, I would very much trust 100 times more than the other alternatives. So that's why black folks is doing it. Black girl magic. You know what I'm saying? We see a need, we fulfill it. And we make money off of it. I love it. So thank you for coming on, Tabitha.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
No, the pleasure was all mine.
Thank you so much.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Welcoming back. It's been about a year or so. She is the founder of Lyrics for Learning. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Sena Pierre.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I have no complaints. What you got going on?
Oh, a little of this, a little of that.
Sena is the editor-in-chief of Vessel Magazine. An influencer, has interviewed and spotlight many artists and folks that are doing some good things in the community as well. And she founded You Are a Queen that gives, let me let you talk about.
Okay.
Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, let me tell my story.
Yeah, tell your story.
Well, we did have Vessel Magazine. We switched it over now to Queen Sena Magazine to cater more under You Are a Queen, the nonprofit organization, cater more to young ladies and have them have a voice in the community or, So You Are a Queen is an organization to empower, uplift, build self-esteem amongst young ladies from the ages of 5 to 25. So we cover elementary, middle school, high school, college. So I know the last time I was on your show, we did the Student Appreciation Day.
Yes.
Yeah, with Sheila Jackson Lee and Franklin Beauty School. And that was what, August, September?
Is that last? It was like last summer, right?
Yeah. Around that time. So
where did You Are a Queen come from? How was that birth? Out of what need did you see that you said, let me create this?
Yes. So I had a mentee that committed suicide, and she left a note about her not being beautiful and no one wanting to date her or anything because she felt ugly and all this other stuff. So I actually started doing a movie, a featured, just about like being beautiful and allowing yourself to love yourself within and not worry about what society says or what society say you should look like, or you know, how you should act, how you should dress. And after doing a lot of research for the movie, I realized no movie ain't gonna help our kids. Like, we need hands-on. We need hands-on with these babies. So that's how You Are a Queen came about. I wanted to do something that was impactful, that I can, you know, have face-to-face conversations or do conferences and, you know, bring other people out with the events and everything that can actually build their self-esteem, that can actually, you know, motivate them and inspire them to be someone and not, you know, what other people say they should be.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's, I'm glad that you said that we need to be hands-on with these babies, because that is so true. And even just trying to get a child or a preteen or a teenager to value themselves, to see themselves as beautiful and all that, that's got to be a daunting task, because hell, it's hard for adults to say and accept that among themselves, much less a child or a teenager whose mind isn't fully developed yet, or you know, or even their body isn't fully developed yet. Like, you haven't even grown into, you know, your features yet. That can be tough. And man, you're right, because I wish I could grab onto them. Like, because a lot of folks, like, when you're younger, things seem bigger. Like, when I was younger, I thought I had a big nose. I thought I had one of those big, you know, ugly African looking noses. And then as I got older and grew into my features, now I get told that, you know, I have a pointy nose. Like, you know what I mean?
You have a nice nose, KG.
Oh, please, this is not about me. I'm just using it as an example. So I get it. Like, I've never really understood how come parents or just mentors or people who are around these kids, and if they hear these kids talking about it, like, you know, teenagers getting plastic surgery done, like, so they can look a certain way. That is wild to me. That's because crazy. You haven't even grown into your features
developed.
Yet. You're not even fully developed yet. Like, give yourself till you're 25.
Yeah.
And then
to see what you're gonna look like.
Yeah.
If you want to alter.
Yeah.
You're
listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Sena Pierre, founder of Lyrics for Learning. Lyrics for Learning is having a scholarship competition that is going down this Saturday, May the 18th. Tell us about Lyrics for Learning.
Wow. Lyrics for Learning came about because I wanted to do something that all the schools can be a part of. I didn't want to, like, just separate certain kids. And I was just like, how can we get a positive word out, a positive message out with the kids, that all the kids can come together and, like, have the same message or something. And I thought of music, because no matter, you know, your race, your religion, your background, like, everyone listens to music.
Literally is the universal language.
A universal language. So I was like, man, this would be super dope. I can't sing, but I am creative. So let's see what we can play with the music. So Lyrics for Learning, the title came about because, of course, we want to teach a message that with lyrics. So this year's message is all about bullying, suicide, self-esteem. So the kids had to come up with creative songs, original songs that they wrote themselves, that will empower, uplift, build self-esteem amongst their classmates and peers. So the best performance, the best song will win scholarships. So elementary division will win $1,000, middle school will win $2,000, and high school will win $5,000. So that
is amazing. To bring all of it, you know, together, because that way, you know, it's fun, it's interactive, they're being creative, and they're not, you know, bound to, you know, this I don't know, kind of stickler of a sort of curriculum for it, so that makes it fun. And then these scholarships that you are giving these elementary, middle, and high school kids. I mean, that's nothing to scoff at. I mean, I wish, I'm in 5th grade. I want $1,000. I'd be lit. I'd be going around. I got that water. I got that water. Yeah.
And our 5th graders, oh my gosh, these kids, oh my gosh, they challenge the high school kids all the time.
Really?
I'm just like, what are y'all doing? They would like break out in the song.
Shut up.
Yes. It is so funny. Like, they have all the courage in the world.
That's what I love about our young people now. Like, the younger generation, I think they get such a bad rap. But, they are inspiring. They're funny, and the main thing is they're not afraid.
They're not afraid.
They are fearless and will jump off the cliff into the crowd. Like, I mean, shoot first, ask questions later type. Like, they are about it. I mean, I love it. I absolutely love it. Where do parents and the students, where do they need to get all of the information to be able to participate come Saturday the 18th?
Yeah, they can definitely come to, support and watch the students, watch the shows and everything. It's an Eventbrite / Lyrics for Learning.
Okay, so get on Eventbrite and search Lyrics for Learning. That'll pop up.
It'll come up, or you can do youareaqueen.org / Lyrics for Learning. So everything is. And
also, you're going to have some dope individuals that are going to be at Lyrics for Learning. Tell us about you holding back. Tell us about some of these surprise appearances that'll be popping up on Saturday.
Well, this year we are honoring the one and only, the legend, Jay Prince. So we was actually just sitting down saying, hey, who's done a lot in Houston? Who's been in the music game for a long time? And everybody just boop, 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 boop. Jay Prince. So we reached out to his team. They was very honored and, willing, and whatever y'all need from us, just let us know. So I'm just like, okay, all right. We also have DJ XO, Jay Renee, Young Lyric, Vincent Powell, some of the the district's staff that's like the music director or the fine arts director. I know A-Leave, Aldine, Katie Cypress is involved. So, yeah.
You're doing it big. You're doing it big, Sena.
D-Rec from Rec Shop, yeah. So, yeah.
You're doing it big. So, save the date for this Saturday, May 18th.
Yes.
For Learning for Lyrics Scholarship.
Oh, yeah, we have
competition.
Young Al, too. Yeah,
Young Al will be there?
Yeah. Okay.
And this is happening at the University of Houston. What time does it all get started?
So it's broken up into different shows.
Okay.
The main show would be the high school show, which will start at 1:00.
Okay.
The elementary show will start at 10.
Okay.
Until 11:30, and then our middle school show starts at 4.
Okay.
So, like I said, the main show is 1:00, 1 to 3, and we had to do high school, second because of prom and everything they have going on. We didn't want
infringe on that.
Yeah,
we
have a few contestants. Their prom is that night, so I'm just like,
right.
let me
let me hurry up and do this early on, and so they can get ready to go to prom, which is now prom is like their very own Met Gala. I was like, I wish I was this creative and fancy schmancy when I was going to prom in high school.
Look like they in the Grammys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was talking to one kid, and he was like, y'all didn't do prom proposals? No, that wasn't even thought of.
Yeah, prom proposal. No, I just asked.
Like, right?
Hey, will you go to prom with me? Like, that was it. Oh, man. But thank you for coming on. We cannot wait until Saturday. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Where can we follow you on social?
Social media, you can go to @QueensBU for Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And then my personal one is Queen Sena Pierre on Instagram, and then Sena Pierre Facebook, which I'm always on Facebook. So
No doubt.
yes,
Queen Sena Pierre.
Queen. Yes.
Editor-in-chief of Vessel Magazine and founder of Lyrics for Learning. Thank you for coming on the program, my darling.
Thank you for having me again.
No doubt. And thank you for listening to Access Houston.
We'll be back with more Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.